Hi, this is Cook County Commissioner Scott Britton, and next week I'm going to be introducing the Residential Landlord-Tenant Ordinance to provide common sense rights, responsibilities, remedies for landlords and tenants where none exists in most of suburban Cook County. I want to take a few minutes to set the record straight about what is and is not in the ordinance. The RTLO has always allowed for fees, but with additional transparency. This includes, for example, move-in fees, pet registration fees, HOA fees, and credit check fees. The RTLO simply says that the fee needs to be tied to a reasonable expense and cautions that a landlord cannot simply rename a security deposit a move-in fee and then not return the money. Landlords do have strong remedies in place. For example, if a tenant refuses to allow the landlord lawful access to make minor repairs, or if the tenant fails to pay the rent, or the tenant doesn't comply with the rental agreement, then that renter can still be taken to court. Damages are only awarded to tenants for the most egregious health and safety, conduct, financial administrative violations, such as not disclosing building code violations, illegally locking someone out, not returning a security deposit, or knowingly including a prohibited provision in the lease. In all cases, a judge will decide the final amount of damages. Since the ordinance was introduced in July, we have spent hours in several meetings with landlords, realtors, and neighborhood owners groups, and as a result, we've made dozens of changes. We have delayed implementation of the ordinance until June of 2021 so landlords can have more time to educate themselves on the new rules. We've added exemptions for small business owners, including types of single-family dwellings, owner-occupied buildings of fewer than 6 units, and SROs. We've also removed or added grace periods for administrative requirements that were brought to our attention as leading causes of lawsuits caused by clerical mistakes. New critical notices and disclosures from landlords are, in fact, and on purpose, easy to comply with. The notices, such as for lead, bed bugs, code violations, utility shutoffs, or foreclosures, are all documents landlords should have easy access to. The summary attachment, which will be publicly available on the Department of Human Rights and Ethics website, will be there for landlords to easily see. It is also a fact that landlords have standardized lease agreements, and once they have one version, they can simply cut and paste for future contracts. It's our view that a late fee should not be punitive. Low-income renters don't pay rent because they can't afford to. A steep fine only serves as a punitive measure and makes it less likely that a renter will get current in rent. More detrimentally, large late fees can snowball into larger debts that renters simply are unable to climb out of. The present uncertainty that renters and homeowners alike will face makes it even more important that equitable and humane housing policy be clearly spelled out. Fundamental disparities in our communities expose the need to implement these critical measures to increase stability for both renters and landlords. Looked at through a racial equity lens, the imperative is even greater, as Black and Hispanic families are more likely to live in homes with severe problems. Now is the time to act. I ask for your support.